Welcome to Grammar Explained, a series where I'll try to explain the world of grammar in all of its beauty and endless Wikipedia articles. Stay tuned for today's topic, plural. Plural as a grammatical concept in languages is fairly well understood, even by non-linguists. If you have one apple, you're on singular. If you have many apples, you're on plural. But I wouldn't have made this video if that was everything there is to it. Let's first break down what concept plural and singular belong to. It has always been useful for humans to count things, be it sheep, minutes, hours, chocolate bars, or the number of wives, like this dude.
70 wife, my.
17 wives.
Yes.
I have one wife, which is enough.
The words we use reflect that, but how it is done varies from language to language. The term that is used for all of this madness is called grammatical number. There are two factors you have to remember when learning this in a foreign language. How many categories of grammatical number does it have? And how are they expressed? Let's look at the categories first. Singular. Very straightforward, exactly one. Exists in almost every language if the language doesn't exclude countability entirely, as in Mandarin Chinese, for example. Dual. Instead of jumping from one to many, let's first jump to two. Languages like Modern Standard Arabic and, interestingly, Slovenian have a special form for two of a thing. Now, please note that this doesn't mean that you can just add the number two and use the plural form like in English. Words in languages with a dual have a distinct form in order to show that. You can imagine it like this in English: one book, two boeken, three books, four books, and so on. If we count books in Slovenian, we do it like this: ena knjiga, dve knjigi, tri knjige, štiri knjige. As you can see, the ending of two books is different from that of three books or more. That's what the dual form is. But why stop at duals? Let's talk about three of a thing. In order to find languages that utilize a trial number, we definitely have to leave Europe. Several Austronesian languages make use of a trial number, for instance the Manam language. By the way, grammatical number is not limited to nouns, as you'll see in the following example. In Manam, the third person looks like this. Ngai is he or she, diaro is those two, diato is those three, and di is they. Remember that using the trial in languages like this one is a necessity. If you want to talk about three people, you cannot use they, but you have to use those three. Now, of course, a quadrile number is theoretically possible, but as far as linguists have discovered, there's no language in existence that has a quadrile. All of these examples contained a specific number and are based on that, but we can go unspecific as well. There is a paucal number that indicates a few. The word gehit in the Austronesian language lihir means a few of us. An interesting fact is that if a language has a paucal, it is most likely to have the dual as well. Now, this is all fine and dandy, but how is grammatical number expressed in different languages? First, we have affixation. This can be at the end of the word or in the beginning. Then, letters within the word itself can change. This can also mix with affixation. Another pretty popular way of expressing numbers is reduplication, but it doesn't always have to be one-to-one reduplication, as shown by the Japanese example. Articles can also be used in order to show plurality, for example in German. That also shows that the word itself doesn't necessarily have to contain that information. Or you can just scrap the singular word and use a different word for the plural. Sometimes it might happen though that grammatical number cannot be translated directly. Das Gemüse in German is vegetables in English, but the German word does not have a plural form. Or the word malina in Russian, which means raspberry, does not have a plural form. So if you want to buy many raspberries, you would have to purchase a bag of raspberry or some raspberry. There are a few more exotic features in other languages that you will never learn, but that's basically it. That is, until you realize that in almost all Slavic languages, cases are combined with numbers, and you end up using the nominative singular for 1, the genitive singular for 2, 3, and 4, and the genitive plural for 5 to 20, and then you have to start all over again as you count through every 10 numbers, and then you notice that you have to decline all adjectives accordingly based on the number you've said in the beginning, and of course you have to pay attention to the gender of the word, because why the hell not? Anyway, stay motivated. Thank you for tuning in today. If you want to learn more about grammar explained in an easy way, check out one of the following videos on the screen. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell, or consider becoming a Patreon. Thanks for watching and see you then!